Hello, my lovely students. I hope you all are very fine. We have completed all the explanation of this chapter, isn't it? And we have learned all the things what is given in this chapter. So today we are going to discuss the short answer question of this chapter. Okay, so I hope you all are ready to discuss the question answer. Let's start this video. The first question is asking, what do green leaves need in order to make the food? That means, what are the ingredients for the photosynthesis? The question is directly asking about the ingredients of the photosynthesis, because the food is prepared. Food is only prepared when all the things will be mixed together in the proper ratio, right? So in the same way, plants also need the ingredients for the photosynthesis. And what are they? They are water. They need carbon dioxide, and in the presence of chlorophyll and the sunlight, they prepare their food, and this process is known as photosynthesis. If any of these things will be absent, then the photosynthesis will not occur. If we are not providing sunlight and we are providing carbon dioxide, water, and the chlorophyll is present, still the photosynthesis will not be there. Okay, so for the photosynthesis, each and everything should be there. So one more time, what are the ingredients for photosynthesis? For the photosynthesis, we need water from the soil, carbon dioxide from the air. In the presence of chlorophyll and the sunlight, the food is prepared, which is known as photosynthesis. Okay. Our next question is, what are the different parts of a leaf? So here only we have to explain the part of the leaf, not the part of the plant. Okay, what are the different part of the leaf? That only name we have to write, not the function. Okay, I have explained all the functions also, but here only we have to introduce the name of the different part of the leaf. And what are they? They are tip, which is known as apex also, the leaf blade, which is known as lamina, margin, that is the side edges of the leaf, it depends on the shape of the leaf, midrib, which gives support to the leaf, which is used to transport the water and the minerals. Okay, here I am explaining only to revise, my dear, but you don't have to write the function. Okay, you only have to write the answer that I have written in this slide. Okay, the different parts of a leaf are midrib, leaf blade, side veins, stalk, or the apex. If you are knowing more part and you want to write more part of the leaf, you can write. Okay, I have written 5 or 6 and you can write whatever you are knowing. Our question number 3 is asking, how do stomata help a plant? Now, what the stomata for the plant is? They are lungs for them. What the lungs is doing in our body? It helps us to exchange the gases, right? We need oxygen. We have to take the oxygen inside the body and we have to release out carbon dioxide from the body. And which organ is helping in this function in our body? Lungs. In the same way, the stomata in the plant also help them to take the carbon dioxide and release water and oxygen from the plant. Okay, it not only exchange the gases, but it also used to release out the excess amount of the water from the stomata only. Okay, so there are the two functions of the stomata. First, exchange of the gases, and second, to release the extra amount of water. Let's read the answer. Stomata helps the plant to take in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen, and that oxygen only we are taking. It also helps to release extra water from the leaf, okay, because if the extra amount of water will be there in the plant, it will harm the plant. That's why after the photosynthesis, if there is no need of the water is in the excess amount, then plant always used to release it out. How? From the stomata in the form of water vapor. So I hope you understood this question. Our next question is asking, what is transpiration? Just now I told you, after the photosynthesis, the extra amount of water has to be released out in the air, and this process is known as transpiration. Transpiration is the process in which the excess amount of the water is released out in the air with the help of the stomata. Okay, and in which form? In the form of water vapor. That means water is not directly coming out. It is not possible now. So for that purpose, okay, water is converting into water vapor, and then it is coming into the air in the form of water vapor with the help of stomata. This picture is showing the same process. As you can see, if you will see the leaf, the pores has been shown, but don't think the pores is this much bigger. Okay, we are not able to see the small pores, that is known as stomata, with the naked eyes. They are very fine and small pores, but to explain in a better way, this has been shown in the picture. So this is the stomata from where the excess amount of the water is coming out. Okay, and this not happen only one leaf, but all the leaf is included in this process. So this process is known as transpiration. First, the water is getting absorbed by the root, it is going into the stem, and from the stem to all the branches and the leaf, and after being used in the photosynthesis, the extra amount is released out with the stomata. I hope you all are understood now. Our question number 5 is, how does a cactus plant make its food? The question is asking why, because photosynthesis occur in the leaf, because leaf is only the green part in the plant, but cactus don't have leaf, as you all are knowing. So what it means, they are not doing the photosynthesis, then how they are survived and how they are looking green? Obviously that means there is a chlorophyll, but where the chlorophyll is present? In the cactus, the chlorophyll is present on their stem, and that's why it looks green, and it is very soft and spongy. Why? Because it is containing water also. So don't think if the cactus is not having leaf, the photosynthesis is not occurring. Obviously it is occurring in the stem. Okay, stem is the green part of the cactus, and there only the photosynthesis happens, and that's why they also need carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll, and the presence of sunlight. So let's read the answer. Cactus do not have leaves, so it prepares its food in its green stem. Okay, but the other plants, let me clear this, the other plants, most of the photosynthesis happens in the leaves, that is true. But if any plant is having the green stem, then in the stem also the photosynthesis occur. Why? Because there is also the chlorophyll, and wherever the chlorophyll will be there, they will absorb the sunlight and the photosynthesis will happen. Now the last question is asking about what would happen if there is a sudden decrease in the number of plants. I have already explained, if the number of plant will be very less and the number of animal will be very large, then what will happen? It will reduce the level of the gas. Which gas? If the plant will be if the plant will be less, then a less amount of oxygen will be released in the air, and that oxygen will be not sufficient for the animals, because suppose 2 plants are releasing the oxygen, that will be sufficient only for the 2 animals. Then what will happen with the rest of the animals? They will die. So that's why this will happen if the plant will be less number of plant will release less amount of the oxygen, and that oxygen will not be sufficient for the animals, and the animals cannot be survived. So let's read this answer. If a large number of trees are cut, it results in the lack of oxygen released by the plants and insufficient oxygen for the animals and human beings. We will not have the sufficient amount of oxygen. So this is how we have explained all the question answers. So I hope this video will be helpful to you, and you will complete all the question answer very nicely. When I was doing the correction of your copies, it was not written properly. So I hope you will use this video very nicely, and you will complete all the work very nicely like a good student. Thank you for watching.